So I think events like Cyberthon here are really important to how we can groom talent and get people prepared for careers in cybersecurity. There's nothing like practical experience, and I think having some capture the flag type events and some hands-on technical events, they're building control systems networks to do some training is really going to help make sure that students have the types of hands-on skills that are things that I look for as a hiring manager. It's really important to have that kind of inquisitive nature and to be really interested and passionate about the work, and then having this kinds of hands-on skills I think will help students really kind of personalize their experience with cybersecurity, which will just set them up for success for long-term careers in this field. Yeah, so the simulated cyber attack that the students are going to be going through here kind of replicates a lot of real-world concepts and consequences that came from real-world incidents. So it's built basically on things that have actually happened. So it has a lot of real-world applicability and perspective. So it's really going to be a good way to get hands on keyboard, to learn the real types of tactics, techniques, and procedures that adversaries use to penetrate into industrial control systems networks, ultimately so that we can figure out how to defend those networks. And then, when these students go out and get jobs and careers in cybersecurity, the first time they come across these types of concepts won't be at their job. They're going to have some experience. They're going to be much better prepared and much more effective, and frankly, much more attractive to potential employers because of having this type of valuable experience. Yeah, so these competitions are actually really great. So first off, whoever wins the CTF is going to be getting my business card and an opportunity to send in a resume at some point. So it just becomes a great way for us to look for up and coming talent. Don't get me wrong, though; it's not just the people that win, because winning isn't frankly everything. It's the people that learn. I will often look for the people who ask the best questions. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the cyber talent you want, but a lot of this is being inquisitive and also being able to communicate effectively. If you can figure out exactly what happened, how the adversary got in, do all the forensics, do all that deep dive technical work, but can't communicate that information effectively to anyone, you're not actually doing anyone any good. And that's why it's somewhat overlooked. Everyone focuses on those technical skills, but it's really, really important to have those kind of soft skills as well to be able to influence the business. Because sometimes the defensive measures that you're going to recommend to people, they cost real money, right? It's not just a notional thing. And so what you need to do is be able to effectively communicate why it's important. What does it mean to you in the language that the businesses understand or the utilities understand? And that way you're going to be a lot more effective. So that's one of the things I'm looking for, and I'm going to be mentoring a team, and one of the things I'm going to be coaching them on is how do you frame the thing you just recommended in a context that a CEO is going to understand and ultimately sign off on the check to do.
So Gulf Power has actually been involved with Cyberthon for 4 years since its beginning. We have been volunteers for the organization each year. This year we decided to host it. We were actually doing the main cybersecurity event for the high school and college students. So we also had the facility, and this was an excellent way for us to help the community and reach out at this Cyberthon event.
So cybersecurity is very important to both Gulf Power and Southern Company, and to the industry as a whole. I think obviously the electric industry being part of the critical infrastructure of the United States, I think it's very important to keep the bad guys out, keep the electricity on. So I think it's, like I said, both for Gulf Power, Southern Company, and the industry as a whole. I think it's a very challenging job, and it's exciting. The adversaries are always changing, and so we have to change and try to figure out ways to defeat their latest attacks. So it's very important.
So Gulf Power is hosting Cyberthon 2018 and the INL ICS competition this year. And for Gulf Power, the whole purpose of the workforce development that Cyberthon stands for in terms of elementary school, middle school, and post-secondary, high school and post-secondary education is at creating the workforce, the future workforce in cybersecurity skills and competencies. Gulf Power is hosting Cyberthon 2018 as part of the theme sponsor this year, because Cyberthon 2018 this year is about the energy and power sector.
Being my first time here, I had competed in Cyber Patriot, which was similar to this on the defensive side. This is a lot more in depth. I like this a lot more because it goes more into the technical side of things, and it's very detailed, and you get a lot more hands-on. Definitely. That's my dad did that. He actually started Cyberthon. That's how I followed his footprints exactly. Going to DHS.
It's ironic to see the stuff that we do.
It'll definitely become more relevant than it is currently due to the growing production and the growth of our dependency on electronic cyber.
It feels interesting. It's like certainly an experience that it adds to pretty much like your repertoire of knowledge. You know, you get to associate with people from like higher up like areas, like colleges and stuff. So there's a lot of like input in that area. So most certainly, mainly because I just like computers and stuff, and it's an interesting subject. It's a very like new business. There's a lot of like open positions, so it's be very beneficial to get your foot in the door and stuff. So you know, it just sort of like all seems up my alley. I think it'll help in terms of just providing more experience in like these some like more obscure areas, because there's some stuff that I've certainly never seen before. And I'm pretty sure that there's a fair amount of stuff that even like more seasoned people in cybersecurity probably have never heard of before. This is like a theme that hasn't been done in any other Cyberthon. It's Power, so there's a lot of like those themes going on. Probably a lot of people haven't really seen stuff. It just like more information for the bigger picture, basically.
Well, the increased attendance of Cyberthon is a telling factor of just generally cybersecurity education getting a much needed spotlight in our community, education community. And I think it's just going to continue to grow for like decades. Well, I think a simulated cyber attack like we've been doing is really allows us to really understand how important cybersecurity is to everything, not just our personal data, but our lives and our industry. Right? These competitions give us it gives us publicity, and it's a very proper hands-on experience, and it also gives us networking.
Simulated cyber attack and engage students by giving them part of the industry by giving them the ability to tell what to do during some situation, especially if it's a they didn't realize it's fake. It's just something. Oh wow, this is happening in the industry. Or for a student, they can learn. Oh, this is what we would happen. This is what happening. And that way, if the situation comes up in the future, they're able to think, what do I do now? And it builds up the thinking skills required for some situations.
Right.
Competitions such as this are important for the industry of cybersecurity in general, as well as the academies within schools for cybersecurity, because they can give a way for schools to gauge how well they're doing, so that they know where they are on their cybersecurity level. And for the industry, it helps because it shows the industry, oh wow, these are large group of people that are available for us to and if they have that, they can use that as a motivator. They did that, they have a slight amount more practice in helping us see more that person. And if it's someone you wouldn't know, they now know all the things that are taught within the competition. Because while it is a competition, you also learn things while you do it.
It felt really nice. UWF has a cybersecurity club that we all train every Tuesday. We always practice to go over cybersecurity topics and try and excel outside the classroom. So we've already done several competitions this semester. SEC-DC was the biggest one that we've been in. So this was a little bit of a smaller competition, but we still enjoyed participating, and everyone, I'm sure, gained some knowledge from it. Yes, I'm actually currently pursuing a cybersecurity degree. It's always been kind of interesting to me. When I first was a senior in high school, I didn't really know where I was going. I was, dabbling between engineering of aerospace, mechanical, electrical, computer engineering, and I kind of found a love for computers early on, and I decided that cybersecurity was the best thing for me to do. what I like, really. So cybersecurity is one of those things that's always going to be around. The more that you hear about data breaches, the more corporate world will hear about it and try and excel in implementing it into their environment. So a lot of people nowadays see it as an opportunity, as future for jobs, and also some of the statistics like $89,000 starting pay on Medium, 0% unemployment, a huge gap in hiring because there's just not people there. So the future is, let's see, what's the word? The future is, outlook on cybersecurity is good and prevalent for many people that are pursuing something related to it.